This conference will now be recorded.
So in the last session, we have discussed about the test classes, and we have discussed what is the use of a test class, how to prepare, and how can we prepare the automated unit test classes for your Apex controllers. That means whatever the controller classes we have prepared, it may be as part of bash programming, or it may be normal Apex class, rigor, controller classes, whatever we have prepared. For all those code components, we need to prepare the test classes. Yesterday, we have prepared the test class for a normal Apex class. Now, let's see how can we prepare a test class for a trigger. Then we'll move forward to that some more features. Okay. So try to do the practice on the remaining Apex classes also, whatever we have inside your organization. Okay. Simple thing. Whenever we are having any SQL queries inside the class, which you want to test, prepare the class first. Because whenever I'm going to be executing the test class will not touch your actual records. Okay, test class will not touch your actual records. Because yesterday, when we verify this batch class, what the batch class is doing basically, batch class is going to be collecting all the lead records information from the object. It is calculating the tangible. Suppose before inserting the records inside my object, okay, if I am going to executing this test class simply these two lines, then it won't be giving the 100% of code coverage. It may be giving 10% or 20%. Because in order to execute that execute method, we need some records. Without the records, we can't test. We need to provide some records. But in this case, we can raise the question, sir, upon executing this particular batch class, it will collect the data from the lead object because we have written some SQL code inside this the stack method. But in this case, it won't collect any record from your existing object. It won't touch your actual records. Because if these records are important for you, if the records are important for you, if you are utilizing this record, if the test class is using this records, but deleting after that, then your record will be getting removed. Your data will be lost. But that one, test class will not touch your actual records. So that whenever you want to do the testing for any of the topics class, any of the business logic, there if you are writing any SQL queries, then first of all create the records, then only you will be executing the SQL query. That too, let me explain one more time. When coming to my batch class is extracting some lead records, okay, from which it will be collecting the lead records. It is going to be collecting the annual revenue value. It is going to sum up all the lead records annual revenue values. So now, to pass those lead records, I'm inserting the lead record first. Inside the test class, I'm inserting the lead record. These lead records will not be available inside your lead object. First of all, upon executing the test class, it will insert this lead records inside your object. And those records, your batch class will be getting run. Once the batch class testing has been done, it will remove these records automatically from your object. Whatever the records are removed, inserting inside the test class, these records will be available till the testing process. Once the testing process is over, these records will be removed from your object automatically. These records will not be available permanently inside your object. Okay. Till your test execution has been done, till the time only these records are available. After that, these records will be removed from your object. So that in order to perform the testing process of any of the business logic, if it is expecting some records, insert the records first. Okay, insert the records first. On those records, it will be applying the testing process, not the actual records. It won't touch any of your existing record inside the object. Okay. Even though I may be having so many lead records inside my object, I have inserted the lead records again inside this. Because Salesforce is the test class is not touching any of the existing lead records. We have to prepare the lead records. Once the lead records have been inserted, then we can initiate that testing process here by invoking the batch class. Okay. Now, next one. Let's see how can we prepare the test class for a trigger. Okay. Let's show you practical. For example, here I'm having a trigger. Can you use the trigger which I'm having inside my object with the name auto lead convert trigger, which is having the code coverage as 0% right now. Okay, code coverage as 0%. So now inside this particular trigger, what I'm doing basically inside my trigger, I have written some business logic that whenever a new lead record has been created and after that, once the lead record has been modified, okay, whenever the modifying the lead record, after updating a lead record with some specific values, then it is firing this trigger. What this trigger will do, this trigger is going to be invoking an apex class. What this apex class will do basically, this apex class is going to be collecting the lead records which have been updated right now, and from those lead records it will be identifying what are the various lead records are available. So whose status has been modified as closed converted, it will collect those lead records, it will be converting the lead record as my customer. These are functionalities happening when coming to the. So in this case, this is the trigger that we have. Now this trigger is internally calling this apex class also. Okay. Now tell me here in this case, when this trigger will fire, how to test this trigger generally? Forget to test the classes, all this stuff. We now go to a lead record, update the lead record, change the lead status to close converted. Then the trigger has to fire. It has to convert the lead record as my customer. Okay. Here, this is the process we need to do. Now, in this case here, then what we can do? How can we prepare the test class right now for this trigger now? How to update the lead record? Through testing class, what we can do? To update the lead record, we require lead record right now. Then how can we get the lead record? Create a lead record. Okay, create a lead record first inside that object through programming inside the testing class. Once the lead record has been inserted, then change the status to close converted updated lead record. That means here whenever the lead has been updated, automatically the trigger will fire. The trigger is internally invoking this apex class. The apex class will collect that lead record which has been modified. It will verify if the lead record is not a converted one. If the lead record status has been changed to close converted, it will be converting the lead record as my customer right now. Okay. So that what needs to be done inside my test class, we need to create a lead record first, and we need to update that lead record. You know how to create the lead record, how to update that lead record. You know all these things, all the email statements. You know that concept. Simple concept. We don't need to do any additional thing. We know it involve the trigger manually here. Because if I'm doing this operation, trigger will fire automatically because trigger is an automated process. If it is a batch class, we are invoking manually by creating the object of the batch class, by invoking by using database that execute batch. Previously, we have tested a normal class also. That normal class also we have invoked manually by creating the object or by using class name. That method. But trigger is an automation process which will be firing based on some events. So we need to invoke that event. We need to create that event. Once the event has been done, automatically trigger will fire. Okay. When the trigger will fire, it is going to be firing whenever a record has been updated. So what needs to be done? I need to update a record. So through testing class, we can't get the data from the database first. For that one, we need to create one lead record inside my object. Then immediately I want to update the lead record by changing the status to close converted. Then automatically trigger will fire. Okay. If you want to prepare any testing class for the trigger, just please observe when the trigger will fire, just to invoke the event. That's it. We know it to do anything. But inside the trigger, if you are going to be collecting any data, then prepare the records first. Then only trigger will fire. It will be collecting the data, performing the operations inside this. Okay, or else you won't get 100% code coverage. Okay. Now, so now let me take up the trigger here. So this is the trigger that the business logic class that we have, which is having the code coverage as 0%. Now here I am having the lead record. So this is my trigger, which is going to be invoking the lead records. Okay, which is going to be performing that lead records to be get converted automatically. Now here let's see how can we prepare the test class for this particular trigger. I'm creating a new Apex class. Now, what is my trigger name? Auto lead convert. Auto lead convert trigger test. Auto lead convert trigger test. I'm preparing a test class. I want to make this as a test class so that I'm using that annotation at the rate is a test. Then inside this test class, we have to prepare a test method. I'm indicating public static test method void test lead conversion. Test lead conversion. So now here in this case, I would like to create that lead records where I would like to create two lead records right now. One is with opportunity, second one without opportunity. Okay. Now, so in this case, I want to create the two lead records, and then both the lead records I want to insert, I want to update those leads also. Okay. Now let's see in this case. I'm creating the lead records. Here I will show you one more mechanism in order to create that recording setup. Generally, what we used to do, lead some LD equals to new. We are passing the values like as LD dot, first name, all these values. Instead of doing like this, we can able to write this code inside a single line also. Here we can specify that first name equals to text. Last name equals to lead one. Company equals to some TCS. Like that, we can able to prepare that. Okay? We can able to prepare this. We can specify the parameter name, and then we can specify the value also. The parameter name and then value also. Now, so now we're in this case. Okay, now we're in this case. So now we can able to follow this format also in order to create the lead record. But the thing is, we have to specify that names mandatory. Column names have to be mandatory because we don't get any intelligence feature. If you are using like as a second line LD dot, then you will be getting intelligence. Here we don't need to remember the field names, but here we have to remember the field names mandatory. That is a problem. Okay, whatever the way you feel comfortable, you can follow this. But as a best practice, I would like to go to this one. So now LD dot first name, I'm indicating sample. LD dot last name, test the lead one. LD dot company, I'm indicating some IBM. LD dot status, open not contacted. LD dot rating, I'm indicating the heart. LD dot industry, I'm giving like some banking. LD dot annual revenue, some 34 lakhs. LD dot phone, I'm passing the value. LD dot fax, I'm passing the value. LD dot email, I'm giving the value. SLE@gmail.com, and then I need to insert the lead record. Insert. This is one lead record. Like the similar way, I want to prepare another lead record also. I'm preparing one more lead record. Some LD1. The second lead record I'm going to be inserting inside my object here. Here I'm indicating that. Here I'm indicating. So now here I'm indicating that first name and the last names are different. Now I want to insert this lead records. Insert lead one. Insert. These are the two lead records I'm inserting into my object. So now here both the lead records has been inserted successfully. Once the lead records has been getting inserted, then I want to update this lead records. Okay, how to update? Now let me show you here. Simply we can verify if ld.id, if it is not equals to null, then what I want to do, I want to change the status. Lead record is already created, I want to change the status. Status equals to close, I'm updating. Update. Here I'm passing the value also. For the second lead record, I'm indicating. LD dot do not create opportunity equals to false. Okay, do not create opportunity equals to false. Here I'm indicating LD1 dot do not create opportunity equals to. That means for one lead record, I'm not creating the opportunity. For the one lead record, I'm creating the opportunity here. I'm indicating here I'm not creating opportunity. Here I'm creating the opportunity. Do not create the opportunity record in this case. I'm changing the status to close converted. I'm updating this one like the similar way. If LD1 dot ID is not equals to null. LD1 dot status equals to I'm indicating. Close converted. Update LD1. I'm going to be updating the date. Okay. So now here what we did, I have created some two lead records inside the lead object. One is with opportunity, second one is without opportunity. Both the lead records have been inserted into my object, and then I am going to be updating the status to get those converted. So that here both the lead records have been updated right now. So that it is going to be updating, it is going to firing a trigger because it is satisfying the condition. Leads are not the converted one, and now I am going to be changing the status to close converted one. Once the lead records have been updated successfully, it will fire a trigger, it will be executing the business logic. Okay. So now let's see how can we run this test class and how can we test the trigger. So let me go to my trigger, and this trigger is having that 0% code coverage, and then this business logic class also having 0% code coverage. Now let me open that test class. Auto lead convert trigger test, this is my test class is available. Now I am going to be executing the test class right here. With the test class we have prepared right now. Click on run test button. Now the test class will go into the queue. It is executing right now. It is indicating the processing status. So let's verify the test class has been passed. Okay, it has verified that. Let's go to the trigger. What is the code coverage? Refresh this user interface. Now it is indicating code coverage of this trigger is 100%. Now this trigger internally invoking the Apex class also. Now let's verify that Apex class code coverage. This is the code coverage of this Apex class right now. Now it is having the code coverage as 100%. So in this case, that already told you in the last session itself, whenever we are going to be testing any of that class, if that class is invoking some other methods, those will be getting tested automatically by default. It's like as a chaining process. Okay, all these linking methods will be getting tested automatically. So like that, here we have to write the testing class for each and every trigger, each and every Apex class, each and every class one by one. DMS statements, whatever we have implemented, for everything we have to prepare the testing classes. Whatever the way we have followed to test it manually, similar manner we have to follow, nothing different. But there we did that with user interface. Here we need to do it through program. Just we have to create the record, update the record. So that's it. Okay. Now, so let me go to my Apex classes now. Let's verify what is the code coverage. Click on estimate your organization's code coverage. Now the code coverage is 5%. Like that, here we have to write the testing classes for each and every business logic class, whatever we have prepared, and slowly we can able to increase this one up to 75%. Then only we can migrate the code from your SandBox to production. Okay, we are having almost 42 classes are available inside the organization. We are having the triggers also, 7 triggers are also available here. And we are having that. These are the implementation. For this one, we have to implement that. Totally 42 classes are available. For these classes, we have to prepare the testing classes, and then for the remaining triggers also prepare the business logic, nothing but testing classes. Finally, we can able to increase that code coverage also up to some 75, 80, 90% whatever. But upon deploying the code to the production, we should have that minimum 75% of the code coverage, where Apex class may be having 0% also will be allowed. Trigger should have minimum 1% of the code. So that's what here as part of the trigger best practices already have given that information to you. When you go to the triggers, write the proper testing classes for the trigger and maintain minimum 1% of the code coverage for each trigger. This point I already told you during the time here. So we're discussing this point during the testing classes. Now we are going back to that one. So here I have indicated that we need to write the testing class for each and every trigger to maintain the code coverage. So I maintain minimum 1% of the code coverage for each and every trigger. These points are very, very important in every point of view. Okay. And the overall organization wide should be we have to maintain minimum 75% of the code coverage while moving the code from sandbox to production. Sandbox to sandbox code coverage is not required. Okay. Only upon moving to the production, then code coverage is mandatory. Okay. Or if the production instance doesn't allow you to move the code to the production. We can't move the code to the live environment. Okay. Here. Now. So write the testing classes for the remaining Apex classes, whatever we have prepared as of now. Okay. Let me place the trigger code. Here. Next one. So now let's see how can we create the sandboxes inside our organization. So how to create the sandboxes inside our organization? Anybody has tried to create the sandbox? No? No one has tried. Already I have given the clue also. Sandboxes are possible in the 30 days trial account. Not yet created. Anyone? Okay. So generally, sandboxes will be available only in the licensed editions. It may be enterprise, it may be professional, it may be unlimited. In free developer edition, we don't have any concept of sandbox. Free developer edition will not be providing any sandbox feature, but there is an alternative given by the Salesforce that we can able to create that sandbox by using the 30 days trial account. Salesforce is providing the 30 days trial account, and in the 30 days trial account, Salesforce is providing 10 developer sandboxes. Previously, it used to provide that 30 days trial account for the enterprise, but now, okay, they are not providing the sandboxes for the 30 days trial. Okay, for the enterprise, they are giving the inside the professional edition. In professional edition, they are giving the sandbox features up to 10 developer sandbox. Okay. Then how to create a developer sandbox? By creating a database file account. Okay, let's see practically now. Okay. So that in order to create the sandbox, let's create a database file account. How can we create a database file account? Sondali? How to create? Where? Salesforce.com website. Okay. Any other thing? So now we can go to your database file account. Okay, we have multiple ways are available directly. We can able to get that link from the Google also. Salesforce database file account. You will be getting that link is available directly. A professional edition which will be given by the Salesforce to you by default for a free OTZ database file account. This is one way. Second one, we can able to go with that another mechanism. You will be having Salesforce editions and pricing. So let's click on that Salesforce editions and the pricing. Here you will be having the option is availability. So we can able to go with a free edition will be available to you. There is an option is available. Okay, we can able to have a free trial also, which is for a 30 days trial account. The possibility is available. Depends upon your requirement, we can able to create a 30 days free trial also. Okay. So even though you are going for the free edition of that enterprise, it will go to that professional only. Okay. So I will show you that how to create that free developer account, okay, which is a 30 days trial, and then how to create the sandboxes, how to map the connection between the sandboxes. Okay, we'll see practically. So let me go with that. A 30 days trial account of enterprise. Click on try for free. It is providing a user interface and then specify the details. It is having a very basic, very simple registration form when compared with the normal developer account as well. Specify the first name and the last name. I'm using the training batch complete 26. I'm indicating the job title like as some IT manager. I'm indicating the email ID to which email ID we should able to receive the activation link of your account. I'm giving them my contact number also inside that. Number of employees and indicating like as of 15 to 100. You can select any of the option whatever you want and select the country as India. Select that I agree to the master subscription agreement. That means here whenever we are reaching to the last day of that particular account, from 10 days before itself, Salesforce is going to be giving the notifications to you. Your account is going to be getting expired on so date. If you want, you can able to subscribe to that the paid accounts also. So that to get that notification, I'm indicating that I agree to the master subscription agreement also. Now select that checkbox here. Click on start free trial. Okay, click on start free trial. It is creating an account automatically. Here we are not specifying any username, that will be creating the Salesforce automatically itself. Now it has logged into your application directly. Now it is indicating clearly, okay, days left in trial, that will be 30 days before. We are having that still 30 days are available in order to utilize this account. Once the 30 days are over, automatically it is going to be locking your account automatically by default. From there you can't log in. So create a 30 days trial account. Account activation link has been sent to the Gmail account. Let me go to my Gmail account now. So I have received an email notification from Salesforce regarding the Salesforce account creation. So this is my Salesforce username, which will be giving the Salesforce by default. But previously, when we create that free developer account, there is a choice that we give our own username, whatever we want. We can give the username by our own. There is a field called as username field. That should be in the form of email ID. But when you go to the free trial account, we don't have that facility. It will be giving that username automatically by the Salesforce itself. This is the username. So click on verify account button. It will open that user interface in order to provide your password, confirm password, security question, and the answer. I'm giving the password. I'm giving the security question and the answer. Click on change the password. So now my Salesforce account is ready. Okay, now my Salesforce account is ready. So which is providing the lightning user interface to you by default. Okay, which is the lightning user interface. Now I would like to go back to that classic. Click on switch to Salesforce classic. So now here we are using that Salesforce account right now, which is a 30 days trial account we have created. So it is indicating what is the solution right now. Professional. Even though when you click on that, the free trial of enterprise, it is going to providing only the professional. Previously, it used to provide that enterprise edition, but now it is giving that only professional edition over here. Okay. Now, so in this case, we are going to be utilizing this the free 30 days trial account in order to create your accounts, in order to create the sandboxes and everything. From there, logging into the application is same, no change. Okay, as usual, same concept. You can log out from your account, you can log in. Log in into the Salesforce account with your username and the password. Okay. Log in into your Salesforce account with the same password. So this is your production organization because it is giving the URL starting with AP16. So it is the production. So now from this production, how can we create the sandboxes here? Okay, now let's see how many sandboxes have been given by Salesforce inside this free trial account. Now I want to see. So for that one, just to go to that setup menu. Go to the setup menu. You will be having the deploy menu is available here. You can see the multiple options. When you go to your free developer account, you will be having only two options available. Because deployment settings and then deployment status. Only two options will be available. So go to the deploy menu. Here we are having 5 options available. So now what is sandboxes? Second one is outbound chainset. Third one inbound chainset. These 3 options are additionally available to you as part of the free trial account, which will be giving the Salesforce because here they have given that option of sandboxes. So now click on sandboxes. Click on the sandboxes link in order to see how many sandboxes are available right now. Okay, how many you have utilized, how many remain, you can see that. Click on sandboxes. Now it is indicating the 10 developer sandboxes are available. Okay, 0 in use. Developer sandboxes 0. Partial copy 0. Full copy 0. Okay, they have given only the 10 developer sandboxes as part of this the free trial account which has been given by Salesforce inside the professional edition. Okay, so now you will be getting the 10 developer sandboxes inside this. Okay, now, so now if you want to see that sandbox history, you can able to see the sandbox history also. Now go to the sandboxes here. Now click on new sandbox. For example, let me explain that scenario. So in the previous sessions, we have discussed about the concept of sandboxes. We have discussed the concept of sandboxes that already told you. Sandboxes should be always creating from the production. So now currently we are in the production because it is starting the URL with AP. That means either if it is starting with AP or NA or EU, that means it is a production. Sandbox servers will be always available on what? CS means customer sandbox. Okay, CS means customer sandbox. Now we can able to create the sandbox. For example, I'm the administrator. I'm having this access over. Okay, I'm having the access. Now in my project, I have recruited this person. He is one of the team member here inside my team. So now from tomorrow today onwards, he is also working on that same application. We both are going to working on the application. So how can we grant access to him? For that one, I'm going to be creating the sandbox. Okay, I'm going to be creating the sandbox. Click on new sandbox. Specify the sandbox name. Okay, specify the sandbox. I'm going to be indicating the sandbox. It depends upon the requirement we can specify. So we can give that sandbox names also. Either it may be stage also, UAT, QA, development, whatever, anything. I want to give that sandbox name as pre-prod. Okay, pre-prod. So I'm indicating that here. Description. Okay, I'm indicating the description. Now here I'm going to be indicating the this is the stage environment. Okay, this is the stage environment. For this stage environment, I'm giving the name as pre-prod. Now it is indicating that create from where. Always you need to create the sandbox from where? Production. Don't create from the sandbox. Okay. So now we need to create. We usually having the option as production. Always we need to create the sandbox from the production itself because we can collect the production data as well. Now it is indicating that how many sandboxes are available. It will be indicating the whole information, the details also. Refresh interval is 1 day. Capacity is 200 MB. Includes configuration, Apex, and the metadata, and all users information. Everything is available. Here you will be having the developer pro. There is also refreshment interval is 1 day. Capacity is 1 GB, which include the same functionality. When you go to the partial copy, refresh interval is 5 days, capacity is 5 GB, it will be having the configuration features, affix and metadata. Metadata in the sense what your business logic classes and visual first stages, web services, APIs, triggers, batch classes, scheduling classes, everything. Along with that, it is having the concept of we can able to get the records from the production also. And in this case, here we will be having this is the full copy sandbox. Refreshment interval is 29 days. Capacity are same like as that. The source that means the production, and then you will be having all these features. Now here right now when we come to that next button to create the sandbox, we have to go to the next button, but next button is available only for developer sandbox because we don't have any developer pro, we don't have partial copy, we don't have full copy sandboxes as part of this free trial. We are having only developer sandboxes. Go to the developer sandbox, click on next button. Click on next button. If you want to execute any Apex classes, then you can execute or else simply click on the create button. I don't want to execute any Apex classes, then click on create. From there, it will be going into the queue. Salesforce will be creating the sandbox. Okay, now it is in the queue right now. It will be indicating the progress also. Currently, Salesforce will be preparing this one. Once the sandbox is ready, then it will be indicating the option called as active. Okay, active. So from there, the people can able to log in. Right now, this is in the queue. Salesforce will take some time to create this sandbox. Okay, let me create one more sandbox right now. Here, as of now, totally we are having the 10 sandboxes given by Salesforce. 9 is available, 1 is in use. Okay, this is indicating that information. Now, let me create one more new sandbox that is for UAT. I'm indicating the UAT. Okay, UAT box. Now, click on next button. Click on create. So I'm trying to be creating two sandboxes right now here. One is with pre-prod, second one is with UAT box. Two sandboxes I'm trying to be creating right now. These two are in the queue. Okay, these two are in the queue. It will take some time to create your sandboxes. Okay. So still it is in the queue. It will take some time to create that sandbox. It will indicate the progress. It will be indicating the progress also inside that location. We can able to see what exactly the progress. Okay, whether the sandbox is in the process or not, everything we can see. So once the sandboxes are ready, how can we log into the sandbox? Tested on Salesforce data. Okay. To log into the production, we have to use login.salesforce.com. To log in into the sandbox, we have to use test.salesforce.com. So still it is in the queue.
SandBox, sir. And delete SandBox. And delete, sir.
Can deactivate. So now, in this meantime, so let me show you that how the two sandboxes will be getting connected. Okay, from where to where you can move the code. Okay, I will show you practically. Now, so let me log in into the two sandboxes that already I'm having there. So I would like to use two browsers to log in into the two sandboxes. The two sandboxes are having both are connected. I will show you how do you know whether both the sandboxes are connected. I'm using two browsers now. One is Opera, second one is the Firefox. Two browsers I would like to use right now. Inside this Opera browser, I'm going to be logging into one sandbox. How to log into the sandbox? Test.salesforce.com. So let me log in into a sandbox with the credentials. So here I'm logging into one sandbox. So now this is one sandbox that I have. Let me log in into that another sandbox. Let me log in into another sandbox. So these are the two sandboxes that we have. The two sandbox names are different. For the first sandbox, we are having the name as PSF. For the second sandbox, we are having the name as SIP. Okay, two sandboxes are available. So let me go to the classic version. So let's go to the classic version of that Salesforce account. So let's go to the setup. So now tell me what kind of edition it is now. It's an enterprise edition. Okay, it's an enterprise edition. Now we are having this enterprise edition. So if it is the licensed edition, definitely it will be having some expiration date will be available. And where we can see this expiration date. Company information, right? We can go to the company information. At the bottom of this company information, you will be having the user licenses section. There we can see that when that license will be getting expired. Go to the company profile, company information. Go to the user licenses section. They're indicating the expiration date is 27/6/2019 because they have activated that by paying that amount again. So now it is indicating that information also. So now when you go to the normal field development account, it will be indicating that this value will be purely empty because this value will be purely empty. So now here in this case, we can able to verify what editions are available, how many licenses are available. Okay, when this license will be getting expired, we can able to see that information over there. Now, so that is clearly indicating that what type of edition that we are using right now. Okay, enterprise edition, this is having the instance here 58. That means what are the sandbox right now we are accessing the memory having assigned for the sandbox inside the CS58 server. For the second sandbox, the memory is available on CS57. So now let's go to the classic version of this sandbox also. Okay. So let's go to this sandbox. Now for this sandbox, we're having the name as PSF. Now we can able to see the sandbox information also. These are the two sandboxes available. So one is with the name some TSF, second one is with the name TSIP. Okay, two sandboxes are available with me over. Now tell me how do we know whether both these sandboxes are connected or not? If both are connected, from where to where we can deploy? I want to know. In order to know whether the sandboxes are connected or not, just we can go to the deploy menu. Inside this deploy menu, we are having an option called as deployment settings. Okay, go to the deployment settings. What is this current sandbox name right now? SIP. SIP has been connected to what? I want to know. Just to go to the deployment settings section. Here we can able to see this sandbox has been connected to what other environments. It is indicating that. So now it is indicating that it has been connected from the TSL. Okay. So now in this case, what happened? Now the sandbox to TSF, that means both are connected. Okay, now it is indicating a green color symbol, which is indicating currently this connection is active. From where to where we can migrate the code, we can migrate the code from CT to TSF or the TSF to SIT also both. That means our bi-directional navigation is available. In this case, whenever we are going to be deploying the code, first of all, please verify whether your sandbox has been connected to the target environment or not. If you want to know your sandbox is connected or not, then only okay, we need to come to the deployment settings section. Here we can verify so now whether your sandbox have been connected or not. If it is connected, then only we can able to move the code from your local sandbox to the other environments. If the connection is not mapped, then we have to inform to the administrator, I want to deploy the code to the so environment. But in this case, my sandbox is not connected to the other environment, so please map the connection between that. Okay, please map the connection between that so that we can able to deploy the code inside. Okay. Now, so now in this case, we have to verify whether the sandboxes have been connected or not by using this deployment settings section. In this deployment settings section, we can verify from where to where we can able to migrate the code. Now here I'm having the connection between these two bidirectional communication is available. CT to TFS also we can migrate. TSF to the SIT also we can migrate that connection. That possibility is available, okay, as part of this, okay, sandbox. Now we can able to migrate that code.
But if both are not connected, then how we connect? If both are not connected,
Then that has to be connection has to be mapping by the administrator. Okay, the connection will be mapping by the administrator. We'll see how to map the connection. So now here I'm creating these two sandboxes here. Let's see that sandboxes status right now. Now currently these are in activating status. These are processing the Salesforce right now. It is indicating the progress. These are not active still. So once the sandbox is ready, then we can map the connection from the sandbox to the production. How to map that connection, we'll see. So in this case, before moving the code from the sandbox to the other environments, you have to make sure whether your sandbox has been connected to the target environment or not. If it is connected, then only we can able to migrate the code. Okay. That's what here I have indicated that we can able to migrate the code based on that the icon. That means based on that narrow. It will be indicating the arrow symbol to you from where to where we can able to migrate the code. Depends upon the requirement, the administrator is going to be mapping the connection between those two sandboxes. Either bidirectional or only one way. Okay. So both are in activation stage. They are not yet active still. So now one sandbox is completed. So this is the idea of that sandbox organization which has been given by Salesforce. And then you will be having that option is available. Then you are having an option called as login option. So we can able to log in into that sandbox also over. Okay, we can able to log in into that sandbox also. So how can we log in into that SandBox now? Let's see. Before that, I would like to verify whether the SandBoxes are connected or not. Go to the deployment settings section. So now we are having the pre-prod instances available, which is not at all connected with the CIS. That means this is not at all connected with the production instance. So now this is the production instance that we have. Okay, this is my production instance that we have. Now with this production instance, it is not at all connected as of now. It is indicating that. So now here it is indicating that the red color symbol, which is indicating this is not yet connected right now. So CS cannot upload that to free plot, and free plot cannot upload to the CS because there is no connection is available. Then how to map this connection? Okay, now let's see practically in this case. So let's go to the edit option. You will be having an option called as allow inbound changes. Okay, allow inbound changes. CIS is nothing but a production. Now to this production, please allow that changes here from the pre-prod. Now click on save. Select the check mark, allow inbound changes. Click on save. So now we have mapped the connection between these two. Nothing but some. We have mapped the connection from pre-prod to our production. Let's go to the deployment settings section. Now it is indicating the error symbol will be available to you. We are able to migrate the code from pre-prod to the CS. We are going to mapping the connection. From now onwards, what happened? We can create the records, we can create some functionalities inside the pre-prod environment. From there, we can able to migrate that code to the CIS environment also. That means into the production also. So the possibilities available. So now here only one-way migration, not from CS to pre-prod. There is no possibility here because it is indicating the arrow symbol, which will be purely indicating that we can able to migrate the code from pre-prod to that is from your SandBox to the CIS server. That means to the production. So based on the requirement, that will be mapping the connection. Okay, they're mapping the connection from which environment to which environment is required. Depends upon the requirement. The administrator is going to be mapping the connection between these SandBoxes. So we need to create the SandBoxes, and from there we need to map the connections also. Okay. Then how can we log in into that SandBox right now? Okay, let's see. So I would like to log in into my SandBox. Let me log in from this. I want to log in into my SandBox. What is the SandBox name in this case? Pre-prod. Okay, pre-prod. In order to log in into that SandBox, we have to use same username like as your production URL, production username dot SandBox. What is my SandBox name now? Pre-prod. Okay, specify that. This is the username. Password will be same like as the production password. Password will be same like as your production instance password. Same password you have to use. Upon logging into the SandBox, you have to specify the username which you have used to create your production instance along with the which was fixing with the SandBox number, SandBox name. Now let me log in into the SandBox right now. So it is asking you to provide the OTP. So I'm logging into my SandBox right now. Salesforce has allocated the memory for my SandBox in CS 74 server. These are not fixed servers. Okay, depends upon the memory allocation, depends upon the people who have logged into the sandbox. Based on the memory availability in the CS servers, we will be allocating that. Sometimes in CS5, CS20, CS40, CS50, whatever. There is no fixed size. When you go to the production, memory will be allocating in a fixed server always. But the sandbox, there is no fixed memory. There is no fixed server. It may be any server it will be allocating the memory space. So now it is indicating the sandbox name as pre-prod. So now right now here we can able to log into the sandbox, and from there we can able to deploy the code to the production also. Okay, the possibilities available. Okay. So this is my sandbox which we have created, which have been connected to the production. If you want to verify whether it has been connected to the production or not, simply go to the setup menu. Go to the deployment settings section. Click on continue. So now it is indicating that now the pre-prod server has been sandbox has been connected to the production. Okay, it is indicating that connection right now. There is a UAT box is also available. UAT box is not at all connected with the pre-prod because we haven't mapped any connection as of now. So there is no connection between these two. Now the pre-prod has been connected to the production so that we can migrate the code from the pre-prod to the production instance. There is a possibilities available. So this is how we are going to be creating the sandboxes inside your organization, and then we can able to map the connection between those sandboxes. And from there, we can deploy the code from the sandbox to production. So the sandbox is nothing but the environment that already you know that. Sandbox is nothing but an environment where exactly the developers can implement the Salesforce application, they will test, and they will be giving the end user training, they're giving the demos to the client also. So all the types of testing has to be get done inside the sandbox itself. Once the whole testing process has been done, if the application is working very fine without any issues, then we can migrate the code to the other requirements until to the finally to the production. Okay, clear? So now let's see how can we deploy the code from sandbox to the production or sandbox to sandbox, whatever, anything. Okay. Now I would like to use these two environments, whatever I have prepared right now. I'm having these two environments. One is the pre-prod, second one is the production. How to deploy the code by implementing from the sandbox. Okay. How many ways are available to deploy the code? What are the various tools are available in the market? We'll see that information. Okay. Clear up to this one? Now, one small thing. Let me explain one small thing. Create that 30 days trial account. Okay. Create the 30 days trial account. Once it has been getting created, don't access the application directly. Go to that your email account, click on that account activation link, change the password. Okay. Don't access the application because after accessing the application for some time, when you try to change that, the password for that account, it won't work. That's why here, just to fill up the registration form, submit the details. Salesforce is going to be creating a free developer account, free trial account to you. Immediately go to your email ID, click on that account activation link, change the password. Then from there you can log into your application. Okay. Once application has been logged in, then we can able to create your own sandboxes and then map the connection between those sandboxes. Okay. So now let's see. So now once the code has been getting implemented inside your local sandbox, then how can we deploy the code? For that one, we are using a feature called as deployment feature. Okay, deployment feature. This deployment is also called as code migration. It is also called as code migration. Basically, as part of migrating the features, we are having two things. One is data migration, second one code migration. What do you mean by data migration? Record. Simply records we can able to migrate. How can we do? Data loader tool. The import tools are also data loader tool. Or else we can use some third-party tools also, which are available in the market. It may be Workbench also, or it may be government tool also. It may be SI.io, data loader.io, data loader click, Informatica Cloud. Multiple tools are available. Third-party tools are available. With that one also we can migrate the data. Now, So now whenever we are going to be migrating the code in the sense what? Features. Features. That means what? Applications, objects, tabs, fields, validation rules, workflow rules, email templates, profiles, users, Apex classes, wizard first pages, triggers, batch classes, schedule classes, web services, APIs, and then whatever the features we have implemented, those are all are concerned code. Okay? These are all are concerned code. Data migration means simply records. Whatever the records you have created, if you want to migrate the records from one server to another server, or one instance to another instance, one application to another application, one object to another object, then we can go with the data migration. When you go to the code migration code in the sense the features which we have configured, it may be applications also, tabs also, objects also, fields also, page layouts also. It may be like as your general settings and the general permissions, custom permissions, whatever we have configured, profiles information, users information, Apex classes, and the various workflows, email templates, and then we have configured so many other features also like as assignment rules, auto response rules, whatever the features we have configured, all these features are comes under code. Then how can we migrate this code from one environment to another environment? For that one, we are using the feature called as code migration, that is also called as deployment. Then how can we implement the code migration? In order to implement the code migration or deployment, we are having so many ways are available. Okay, we have so many ways. The first way is by using change set, which has been given by Salesforce. As part of your sandbox, we are having the feature called as change sets. Through this change set, we can able to migrate the code from one environment to another environment also. It may be sandbox to sandbox, sandbox to production also, whatever we can migrate. The facility is available with the help of change sets. Okay. And the second one is we can use that force.com migration tool. Force.com migration tool. Third one, workbench. Third one, workbench. Fourth one, and scripts. The fourth one, and scripts. Fourth one, and scripts. And the next one. Next one, Eclipse IDE or VS Code Editor. VS Code Editor. We can use either Eclipse IDE or VS Code Editor also in order to migrate the code from one instance to another instance. Okay. Next one. We are having some more other alternative ways are also available by using the version controlling systems. Version controlling tools. Like we can go with the various version controlling tools like as TFS, Team Foundation Server, which is from Microsoft. Second one, SVN, subversion. Third one, CVS, concurrent versioning system. Fourth one, Force, which is from IBM. We have Source 3, We have source free, and then we can use GitHub. We can use GitHub. Like that, the various version controlling tools are available. So using this version controlling tools also, we can able to deploy the code from one environment to another environment. Along with that, we can able to use that CI/CD features. CI/CD tools. That means continuous integration, continuous deployment. Okay. Continuous integration, continuous deployment tools. Because when you go to the DevOps, generally they are going to be concentrating on these version controlling tools in the CI/CD features. Only deployment features they will discuss as part of DevOps. Okay, the people who are aware of some DevOps tools, like a DevOps in the installation, those people are purely concentrating on version control tools and then CI/CD tools. Only deployment feature, not development, not configuration, nothing. Okay. Now, as part of the CI/CD features, we are having the various tools are available. Like we can use that Jenkins. Jenkins is one of the tools in order to deploy the code from one instance to another instance. We can use that Chef. Third one, the Puppet. Fourth one, Bitbucket. Like we are having the various tools are available. Like we are having that Mambo. Okay, Mambo. So the various tools are available. With the help of these tools, okay, we can able to implement that CI/CD. Like we are having some more tools are also available, like as some Ansible. Ansible is also one of the CI/CD tool in order to continuously integrate, continuously deploy the code to the target environment. And then along with that, we are having the release management tools also. Release management tools. Like as part of release management tools, we are having a tool called as AutoRabbit's release management tool. We are having the AutoRabbit's release management tool, especially designed for Salesforce implementation. Okay, especially designed for Salesforce implementation. And then we are having one more tool is available. I think the name I'm not able to recover. I think Closum, I think. Let me check it out. One more tool is available. The new tool is coming into the market here. That is the Closum, I think. So the Closum, a new tool which is coming into the exchange, okay, which is especially for the Salesforce release management. The Closum, the various tools are available. I think few people might be aware of this organization AutoRabbit. It's a US-based organization which is a small company which is there. There is a branch in Kubernetes also. Okay, they're especially designing a release management tool, especially for Salesforce. Now we are having one more tool that is called as that Closum. Closum is also one of the release management tool, okay, which has been implemented by an organization, which is available inside the top exchange also. These are the various mechanisms are available in order to deploy the code from one instance to another instance. Now we'll see how can we deploy the code by using chain sets. Salesforce has given a feature called as chain set. Through this chain sets, how can we deploy the code from one instance to another instance? Now, by using this chain sets, we can able to deploy the code from one instance to another instance. Now, in the interview point of view, the people might be aware of asking the question, so how to deploy the code from one instance to another instance, and then what kind of deployment procedure you are following inside your company for your project. Then you can explain we are having the multiple ways are available to deploy the code, like we can use chain sets also, force data migration tool, workbench also, and scripts also, and then IDs also, version controlling tools, CI/CD tools also, Release management tools, multiple ways are available in order to deploy the code from one environment to another environment. But as part of our project in our company, we are using change sets option to deploy the code from one sandbox to another sandbox till the production. Okay. Then how to create these change sets? Now let's see. Change set means what? Generally, change set in the sense what? Split the code. Set means what? A group, a collection. Okay, collection. Changes. That means here, as part of your application requirement, what are the various changes that we have made? We can able to group all the changes together and we can able to deploy to the target instance. For that one, they have given a feature called as change set feature. Okay, change set feature. So in this case, whenever we are going to be deploying the code from one instance to another instance, as part of Salesforce, we are using the change set feature. As part of this change set, we are having two types of change sets are available. First one is inbound change set. Second one, outbound change set. Inbound change set, outbound change set. What do you mean by inbound? What do you mean by outbound? Okay. Now, as a developer, what we need to create? Inbound or outbound? Why outbound? We are building the features inside the sandbox. From where to where we need to migrate? From our sandbox to other instances. So we need to move the changes from our local to outside. So it will be outbound change set. So as a developer, always we have to go with the outbound change set. Suppose if you want to refreshing your sandbox, then inbound, because changes will be coming into that. Now here in this case, observe this one. For example, I'm having the environments are available. These are the two environments that I'm having right now. This is the production and this is the pre-prod. I'm having these two environments, pre-prod environment and then production environment. Two environments are available. Here I have implemented so many features. Okay, here I have implemented so many functionalities inside my application. As part of my application, so many objects, tabs, fields, Apex classes, Visual Force pages, so many features I have implemented right now. I want to migrate this code. For that one, all these items we have added to a change set. We have prepared a change set. Okay, we have prepared a change set. So this change set will be of type what? Outbound. This is the outbound change set. We have prepared an outbound change set. Here's the outbound change set. Inside this outbound change set, I have added all these code components which I am going to migrate. From where to where we need to migrate? From the pre-prod to production. Okay. Now I would like to migrate here. Whenever I'm going to be migrating, okay, whenever I'm going to migrating these changes from the pre-prod to the production. Now for the pre-prod, what is the change set here? Inbound or outbound? For this one, what is the change set? Outbound. So now whenever it is coming into the production, what is the change set now? Inbound. Because the changes are coming into this production. So whatever the outbound change set that you have created for my pre-prod, the same change set will be placing inside the inbound change set of production. Because here the changes are going out, here the changes are coming into that. So that it will be placing inside the inbound change set. Like a similar concept, outbound, nothing but outgoing, incoming. Suppose if you both are going to be having some conversation, he made the call to me. For that person, the call is outgoing. For me, it is an incoming call. Same concept is available here also. In this case, whatever the outbound change set that you have created inside the pre-prod, the same change set will be placing inside the inbound change set of your production, because the changes are coming into the production. So we have to create our own change set, add all the code components which you would like to migrate, and then deploy that change set into the production. Okay, deploy those changes into the production. How to deploy, how to add the change set? Now let's see practically in this case. Whenever we are going to be creating the change set, we have to go to the option called as deploy menu. Go to the deploy menu. In this deploy menu, you will be having the two options are available here. One is outbound change set, second one is inbound change set. Two options are available. But when you go to the normal free developer account, you don't have this kind of option. Okay, you don't have these two options. You will be having under the deploy menu, you are having only two options like as deployment settings and then deployment status. But when you go to the sandbox, you will be having two more options also, outbound change set and then inbound change set. Okay, we have to create the outbound change set and then we have to add all the code components and we have to migrate to the production. Okay, clear? Now. So now in this case here, let me create some components inside this. Let me add this component. Now, for example, assume that today I got a requirement. Change the request number some 34500. This is the change request number here. CR I have received from the client. This is a change request. Now here as part of this requirement, okay, they have asked me to create some object here. Create a custom object, customer. Add the fields, okay, add the fields, location, and then email ID, and the contact number. They asked me to add these three fields inside this object. And after that, they asked me to create a validation tool. Create a validation tool to make the location field required. Fourth one, they asked me to create a trigger to auto convert the lead record. To auto convert the lead record. So these are the requirements they have given to me as part of this change request. Okay, CR means a change request which requires some changes to make inside that application. It may be class level, object level, field level, whatever we need to create some components also, code components. So now let me create this one. Whenever we are going to be working on any of the requirement, okay, first of all, please make a note of that of the changes whatever we have made. As part of this requirement, okay, we are going to be creating a custom object also. We are going to be adding some fields. We are adding some validation tools. We are creating some triggers also. In this case, maintain a migration checklist. Migration checklist. In this migration checklist, what I am going to do, this is nothing but a small notepad or Excel sheet, whatever. For our purpose, we are maintaining here. For our best practice. Why? Because, for example, so now here I have implemented the whole functionality and then I'm done with the testing process. It is working very fine. Next week I'm going to migrating this code to the production. Upon migrating that, by adding this component to my change set, I missed to add one of the component also. At that time deployment will be getting failed. For that reason, we can't remember all these code components whatever we have modified. So that just we can able to have a notepad. In that notepad, we can able to add the list of code components which we have modified as part of this requirement. So maintain your own checklist here. This is called as migration checklist. Generally, we used to maintain, okay, as part of our organization policies. Now, in this migration checklist, we are going to be indicating that. So now I would like to create an object here. Okay, I would like to create an object. So let me go to the instance. Let me create that object inside my pre-prod environment. I'm going to be creating a new object here. Go to that create objects. I'm creating a new object inside this, okay, new custom object. I'm giving the object name as some customer. Label as customers. I'm selecting all these options. I want the attachments option and the tab also. Click on save. I'm selecting the tab style. I'm selecting a tab style like as the board tab style now. Click on next. Make this tab to be get visible all the profile users by making it as a default on. Make this tab to be visible in all the applications also. Now I'm done with creating the object. Right now my object is ready with the name customer __ C. Now I would like to add the fields. What fields are asking me to add in this case? They ask you to add 3 fields: location, email ID, and contact number. Click on new button. I'm adding the 3 fields. Pick list a field. Field label some location. I'm giving some values. Bangalore, Chennai, Pune, Mumbai, Noida, and something. Now I want to display these elements in the alphabetical order. Click on next button. Make the field to be get visible to all the profile users. Make it save in. I'm adding the fields like as a contact number field. I'm making this field as required. Make the field to be get visible to all the profile users. Make it save in. I want to create one more field, that is email ID. Email ID. Click on next. Make the field to be get visible to all the profile users. Make it save. I'm done with creating all these things. Now, just to make a note of this list, what objects you have created. Created a new custom object. This is the object name for our easy understanding, for our information here. Because in future, after some time, if anybody asks you what code components you have implemented as part of this requirement, then you can list out this one. Because we can't remember all these things. Now, added the below. So now the field name is contact number. Next one, email ID. And the next one, location. These are the fields. Next one. Now I want to create one validation rule to make that contact email location field value as mandatory. Let's create a validation rule. Location is required. I'm showing some message here. Is blank of text of location field. If the currently selected value inside this location field is blank, then I want to show that error message. Please select the city name. I want to show this error message at the location field. I am selecting it as location. So this is the validation rule we have created right now. So I would like to indicate that validation rule name. Created a validation rule. Next, I need to create a trigger. So let's create the trigger. Before that, I'm creating the Apex class also. Develop. Apex class components are not available. So let me go to the developer console. Apex classes have been disabled. No metadata. No option to create the suffix classes. Okay. So now these are some configuration features I have added here. Like that, we can able to create the Visual Force pages also user interface, because that already you are aware of that. If it is a professional edition, we don't have the concept of post.com platform. Okay. So now we don't have any option to create the Apex classes, and then we are going to be adding these components right now. So now we are done with adding this all these options over here. So now here in this case, let me check this one. Let me go to this user's profile. No option to create Apex classes in professional. You'll be having a permission called as other Apex permission. So this is a professional edition. It won't allow you to create all these things. Okay, only that configuration features will be available to you. No platform. So now, so once we have implemented these functionalities, once we are done with this one, add this code components, okay, to the chain set. So I don't have the option to create this suffix classes inside this. So now let me create a chain set by adding these components here till this now. What are the workflows and then email alerts? That means email templates you have configured everything we can able to add inside this. Let me create a chain set. Go to that sandbox. Now what kind of chain set we need to create? Outbound. Click on outbound chain sets. Click on continue. Click on new chain set and click on that new button. Specify the chain set name. Upon giving the chain set name, include your CR number. Okay. Include the CR number 34500 underscore. I'm indicating from pre-prod to production. I'm indicating version 1.4. So why I'm giving the version number, I will be indicating here. I will tell you now. So now here I'm indicating that I'm creating a chain set which is having the code components for the requirement CR number 34500, which I'm going to moving from pre-production to the production environment, which is the version 1.4. I'm giving the description. This chain set includes all the code components for the requirement CR34500. Okay, I mean giving the description as well. This chain set includes all the code components for the requirement CR34500. Click on save button. Now the chain set has been created. Now add the code components one by one. So now go to the chain set. You will be having the section called a chain set components. So we haven't added any components, okay, which needs to be get migrated. So click on add button to add each and every component one by one. So now click on add button. Select the code component which you would like to add. It is indicating all the options what you want to add right now. Action, or Apex sharing reason, or application, or asset file, or assignment rule, or what you want to add. We can specify that. I want to add a custom object. Select the option as custom object. Okay, we have created a custom object as part of the requirement here. I would like to add a custom object. Select that option, custom object. Now it is populating what custom objects are available. Currently, we are having only one custom object that is named customer. Select that object name, click on add to chain set. Okay. Now, like that, we have to repeat these steps to add each and every component one by one. Okay, now. So in this case here, I have added that object. Generally, in this case, the people will start off if I'm adding the object, all the fields will be getting added. No. Standard fields will be getting added, custom fields will not be added here. We need to add the custom fields. So here we are having that manual mechanism, and then there is the automation process is there. Now, once you click on this add button, you will be having the option. What you want to add now, custom fields. Select that option, custom field. What custom fields are available, it is populating that. From this one, I want to add email ID field, location field, contact number field. These are the fields I would like to add. Click on add to change set. So now what else we need to add in this case? For this particular object, we are having a tab also. For this one, we are having a enhance list view option also, that is all. In this case, how can we add this one? If you don't know all this information, simply click on view or add dependencies. It is indicating an option. Click on this button, view or add dependencies. That means for this object, what are the other dependent components available, which I haven't added still. So now here for this one, we are having the list view option is available, that is all. Second one, there is a page layout is given by Salesforce. And the next one is there is a validation rule is available. You can now select this one, click on add to change set. Whatever the dependency components are available, we can able to see these dependency components here. Click on add to change set. Now, after that, any more thing? These are the things we have implemented as of. If there is any workflows, email alerts, everything we need to add. Okay, now. So now I would like to upload this change set over here. Now, before uploading the change set, do we need to add any more thing? We are migrating the code components. Code components will be getting migrated. How the people can access that? They require that permissions right, where we are giving the permissions profile. So that upon moving the code, we have to migrate the respective profiles also, because upon creating the object and the fields and everything, we have selected some profiles name where exactly we are granting the permission. Those profiles also we have to migrate. If you did not by adding the profile, then code component will be getting migrated, but those people will not be getting the access on those code components. They can't access the object, fields, nothing. Okay, until or unless you are not migrating the profiles. So let's go to the profile settings section, add profiles. I would like to add all the profiles here. As a district practice, we are going to be adding all the profiles. Or else if you want to add only some specific profile, then you can select the profiles which you would like to migrate. Click on add to change set. So once you are done with this one, we have added all the code components, we have added the required profiles also. Now we can able to upload the change set to the production. Now click on upload button. You will be having the upload button, click on upload. Now we have to select to which organization you want to migrate. Currently, this particular pre-prod has been connected with that organization called as production. Now select that production, now click on upload. So now click on upload. From there onwards, Salesforce is going to be uploading this change set to the target organization. So now once that change set has been migrated and uploaded successfully, it will be sending one email notification to your email ID automatically. So now here once that now change set has been uploaded successfully. It is indicating the confirmation your change set was successfully uploaded. Now once it is uploaded successfully, then copy this change set name and then send to your technical lead. So now we have implemented the functionality for the requirement 34500. I have uploaded all the changes to the production by using the change set with the change set name. Then he will be collecting the change set name. Then he will go to that production instance. Okay, he will go to the production instance. He will go to that change set. Where we can see the change set? Inbound or outbound? Inbound. Now a technical lead is going to be deploying the code, so that go to that inbound change set. Here you will be getting that inbound change set option. Click on continue. What are the change set that you have uploaded that will be coming into that inbound change set over here. From there we can able to validate and then we can deploy this one. Now in this case, whenever he is deploying the code, it has been failed because one component I wish to add inside the change set. There is a field is available which I wish to add. Because of the deployment has been failed, then what we can do? He has sent a notification to me, email notification. Your change set deployment has been failed because some of the components are missing. Please re-add that components and then please resend it. Then what we can do? We need to create another change set. So now here we need to repeat the same process again and again and again. Or do we have any option? Cloning. In this case, don't repeat that same chain. Don't repeat to create another chain set again. Because here I'm having hardly some 10 components. When you go to the real time, you'll be having some 50 to 100 components will be there which needs to migrate it. If you're adding each and everything one by one, one by one, one by one, again it will be killing your time. That's what here, don't react the read, don't create the chain set again. Just click on this clone. What are the chain set that you have prepared previously? Just click on cloning and then change that version number to 2.0. Okay. Now here I'm changing that chain set version number version 2.0. This is the latest version. That's what here for each and every chain set we are giving that version number also for our easy identification. Okay, this is the purpose of giving the version number. So now here I'm indicating that version number 2.0, click on save. So now we have created a cloning. That means a new chain set which is having the name version 2.0. Here add the what were the components you have previously, add this component and then upload the chain set. Okay, for that reason, we are going to be using that version number for each and every chain set. Okay, clear? So now whenever we are going to be uploading the chain set, go to the target organization. Now the target organization, they are going to be validating that. Click on validate. That means validation means what? Whenever I'm deploying this particular component inside my production instance, what will happen? Will the deployment be success or fail? Okay, so that we can validate that. Click on validate. So it is validating the deployment over here. If the validation is successful, then only we can able to deploy that. That means it will be indicating that. Just it will deploy to the role address this here to verify whether deployment will be successful or fail. You will know that concept. Now let's refresh this user interface. Now it will be indicating that deployment will be validation is successful. Once the validation is successful, then we can do the deployment procedure. Click on deploy. Click on deploy. Upon deploying that one, they are going to be executing that run all test. What are the testing classes are available? All the testing classes they will be executing that. Just whenever we are selecting the run all test, upon click on deploy, it will run all the testing cases available inside the organization. It will verify your productions, like as your SandBoxes, the code coverage. If it is more than 75, it will be allowing you to deploy to the production. But here we don't have any such kind of code components. Click on deploy. So now the deployment has been started right now. It is deploying the code. Refresh the user interface. Still it is deployment. Currently it is in progress. Now the deployment has been successfully completed. So now let's go to your objects, then we can able to see that object also. Whatever objects were created right now, those objects also we can able to see. Go to the create. There we can able to see your object also, customer object. Customer object, whatever the fields you have created, all the fields, validation tools, page layout, everything will be getting available. This is how we are going to be implementing the code inside the SandBox. We can deploy the code to the productions for using chain sets. Okay, clear? So sometimes from the interview point of view, they will raise a question. So what will be the possible reasons that which will make your deployment fail? What will be the possible reasons which will make your deployment fail? But deployment has been failed. Upon deploying the code, it has been failed. Why? What will be the reasons? Possible reasons. One is, upon deploying the code, you might be missing any of the dependent components. Because of the dependent component, deployment will be getting failed. Second one, not profiles. No, not workflows. Code coverage. Code coverage. If the code coverage is less than 75%, deployment will be getting failed. Even though if you are having more than 75%, deployment will be getting failed. When trigger is having 0% of code coverage. Because trigger should have minimum 1% of the code. These are some possible reasons. Okay. Clear? So this is the way we can able to deploy the code from your SandBox to the production. Okay. So do the practice on this one. Okay. Create your own free developer account, nothing but a free trial. Create the sandboxes, map the connection between those sandboxes, write the code or implement the features inside your sandbox, deploy the code to the production. Okay. So this is the way we are going to be implementing the test classes and the deployment procedures. Okay. And then in the next session we are going to be